No, we're covered Pesach Sheini. Let's start up Sanigin and Pesach Dekanigin. Mitzrayim geyalton mi beisavodim Mitzrayim geyalton mi beisavodim Mitzrayim geyalton mi beisavodim Hey Mitzrayim geyalton mi beisavodim Mitzrayim Allah has kama v'chama toy v'chama leino Allah has kama v'chama toy v'chama m'gabelas l'chakim leino Shoytzion mitzrayim Shoytzion mitzrayim ya nidai ya la 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 nidai ayad 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 la 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 ayad right la la ayad right ayad la 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 Allah kama v'chama taylakula Allah kama v'chama taylakula la 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 ya la 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 I vehi sheyamedala v'yiseinu velanu shela yechad milmad madoleinu lechal v'yiseinu ela shebechol dar v'dar madoleinu lechal v'yiseinu God nishbaruchom u'matzilenu miyodo Noyela shebechol dar v'dar Noyela shebechol dar v'dar Oimdim aleinu Oimdim aleinu lechaloseinu God is wonderful, Matzilenu miyovatam. God is wonderful, Matzilenu miyovatam. L'chaim, l'chaim, l'chaim. Okay. First l'chaim, l'chaim, l'brocha. Son chai ben Aima. Should be gesund. Larichas yamim v'shonim toiv v'sachzidische Farbrengen. And Behemshach the Farbrengen on Shabbos. Amen. Today is Pesach Sheini, and Pesach Sheini is connected also to Pesach Sheini is connected also to Lag BaOmer. How is Pesach Sheini connected to Lag BaOmer? First, you have to say L'chaim, L'chaim, L'chaim. Because the Gewalt, it says in Kabbalah, the Gewalt of Pesach of Lag BaOmer is Hoyt Shebaoid. Hoyt Shebaoid. When do we start the Svida, counting the Svida of Hoyt? Chesed Shebaoid is Pesach Sheini. Today, so last night, we started to count Chesed Shebaoid. So really, we're starting already, we're gearing up to the Inyan of Hoyt. So Lag BaOmer is Hoyt Shebaoid. But when do we start the Farbrengen? The Farbrengen for Lag BaOmer starts tonight. So it's Pesach Sheini. Well, tonight there's a Shaklavataria that the Rebbe has. Today we don't say Tach. It's not like some Yom Tovim also Erev, but the Pesach Sheini you don't. Yesterday by Mincha there was Tach. Today Shachris and Mincha, there was no Tachin. The Rebbe says, Shaila, how is the Tachin on tonight? Interesting Shaila. Would you say Tachin tonight? What's a Shabbos? You don't say Tachin. Why? What's a Shabbos? Malava Malka. What's a Yom Tov? You don't say Tachin. Why? It's Isru Chag. It's a Yom Tov. Motzah, Rosh Chodesh, Shtaka Shaila. Probably you do say Tachin. Why? Because Motzah Rosh Chodesh is already based b'Chodesh. L'Chodesh you should say Tachin. The Shaila is Motzah Pesach Sheini. The Pesach Sheini is Lakovid eating the Korban Pesach. Now is the time of eating the Korban Pesach. They brought the Pesach and they ate it now. So you're now saying Krishma Shalamita in the time when the Jews were eating. On day 14, they brought the Korban Pesach, and by this night, now is when they're eating the Korban Pesach. So, so it stands to reason that the Rebbe says he didn't see any of the Svarim should discuss it. But the Rebbe, every minig was important. You say Tachin, you don't say Tachin, just flip a coin. Yeah, gesagt, nicht gesagt. That's a question. So the Rebbe says it's more noite that tonight, by Krishma Shalamita, you don't say Tachin. Because the whole Indian of Pesach Sheini is to celebrate the Korban Pesach that the Eden brought, Bisman Beis Hamikdash Hayakayim. So in the day of Yudala, they would go to the Beis Hamikdash and bring the Korban Pesach. And when would they eat it? Tonight. Yeah. Tonight. So so it doesn't make sense to say Krishma Shalamita, which has to do with Hekta Shalovim Vayvorim, with the Avodah in the Beis Hamikdash by night, and say Tachron. So tonight there's no Tachron, L'choyre. When we don't say Tachron, it means not that it's a discount. It means that the Yom Tov is so strong that whatever we accomplish with the Tachron is done Memela through the Yom Tov. So L'chaim, L'chaim, L'chaim. We have a special koyach in tonight's Farbrengen. Tonight's Farbrengen has a koyach, so we give a brochel, Behemshot to Farbrengen, we had a Shabbos. So son Chai Ben Aima should be gesund, L'oirechem and B'shalom Tov. So he said the koyach of Farbrengen to give a brochel is because it's Shevas Achim Gam Yachid. In Chabad, the minig was on the Lag Boimer to say the Kapitel Tehillim and also to sing the nigun that's in the Chaber. It seems to be a very like an old, not a Chabad song, but it seems to be an old Yiddish song that's in the Chaber and Hini Matovim Arayim Shevas Achim Gam Yochid. So Chaim L'chaim or the Koyach of Shevas Machim Gam Yochid, you should be healthy. Yeah, and the Alter Rebbe doesn't say it. He says it in the Siddur. Right before Valatzian, he says Yom Shem Tov, and the Shulchan Aruch is missing the end of Siman Kuf Lamed Aleph, which is where it should have been said. But in the Siddur he says it. And over there he goes through the days that even the Milcha before. And then the days where only Boy Bayoim, which one of them is Pesach Sheini, only Shachris and he has Pesach Sheini. Yeah, he has Pesach Sheini with Fedish, but he doesn't say by night. It's an interesting shayla. Huh? Hine matoy v'mano mogim Eves abachim gam yocham Hine matoy v'mano yim Eves achim gam yocham Ay 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 yeah, 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 ay, 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 la, da, da, da. Ay, 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 la, da, da, da. Ay, la, 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 la. Ay, 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 ya, yada, 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 la, 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 yada, 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 yada. Hey, ya 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 da ya da ya da ya da ya 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 hine mato lo manoim shemes achim gam yochad hine mato lo manoim shemes achim gam yochad da 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 ya da 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 ya da ya da la da da ya da ya da ya da la da da ya da Okay, so the kids are Pesach Sheini. Siddur makes a big deal out of it. Nishtakim Fafalen, the Hayom Yom of today, even a Yid that's Tomei, but the Rechrechaik of Lachem was his fault. Bottom line is a Yid Ketzu Tshuva. So there's a very big koyach in today. But L'choida, there's a Pella, Zok Rebbe, that there's a Tesefta and there's a Machloikis, Rabbi Yehuda, Rabbi Shimon. And Rabbi Yehuda says if the Tzibur, the whole Tzibur was Tomei, but the Rechrechaik, they make a Pesach Sheni. And Rabbi Shimon Bayachai says that there is no Pesach Sheni. Where is Appell? Shimon Bayachai, who says the Ochlan in Lifter is Kololim Kolomenadin. Shimon Bayachai, who is the says that he could be Mazak in the Welt. Shimon Bayachai, who his son is looking and then the father is being Merape. If Shimon Bayachai, we would expect him to say, yeah, for sure, there should be Pesach Sheni, the Tshuva, Pesach Sheni. What's going on? So the Rebbe Zok the Shena Bord. Well, first of all, you could say, oh, listen, it's like maybe. It's like even Nedachas. It's never going to happen. But still, at the end of the day, it looks like that if it happens, and if Yehuda says you could, then if Shimon says you can't. So the Yehuda is voting pro Tshuva, and if Shimon Meyachai is saying against. The Rebbe Zok muss man sagen, Adarab, Ibchem Estabra. That the Shimon is saying that if it's a Yochid, he has to wait for Yom Zakah. Just like we say, Tshuva is always good. But can be Yochid, can be Tzibur. Says he made Tshuva, even the Yochid. So if the Yochid missed Pesach, he has to do Tshuva, but the date that he could make it up is B'Yudalad B'Iyar. But the Tzibur, right away when they do Tshuva, is right away in the Skabel their Tshuva. And the Rebbe ties it in with a beautiful word. The Rebbe ties it, and yesterday we learned the Gemara at Sashkocha Pratis, we're learning Gemara Shabbos, and we learned the Aflamet Gimel Amid Beis, Lag Ba'omer, about the Shimon Beyachai. Eicheta, it's a Sashkocha Pratis, as I was looked up the Sicha, Lagabi, there's a Shaila from the Ben Ish Chai. So I looked up, I remembered that there's a Maimer we learned in Parashat Sheini, right after Pesach, we learned this Maimer, a Kishmaka Maimer, and I remember there was a Sicha from the Rebbe. So I looked it up. This was a very interesting Ashgocha Pratis. I have here a note to myself. Michtav zeh nishlach lonu likras chagigu siyum Masechah Shabbos Baal Peh. With a bunch of friends, we did Masechah Shabbos Baal Peh, and the Rebbe wrote us a letter in the year Tov Shin Nun, and I had it stuck in the Sicha. Yeah.
The original letter?
No, this is not the original. It's a copy. Probably the yeshiva kept the original, and they gave old them a copy. But it's a beautiful letter. Beautiful letter. So yeah, and we got tested by among them. Rav Hirschblum tested us. I was lucky to do it. You know what? Then I got so much mileage out of it. Then we went to the Rebbe and we got dollars. The Rebbe gave us a special brocha. I have to find that video. I just met Vilshansky from Haifa. His father's Rosh Yeshiva in Tzfas. And he said, oh, he's going to send me an email. There's a picture of it. Me and him are getting $1 from the Rebbe.
Because of the seal.
Yeah. It's unbelievable. So I got so much mileage. Tavshinun, I'm... No. I'm a mitzvah Zayin. I'm 15, I'm 16. So anyway, Shkocha brought this. It's a simcha to me. I tucked it in here and I find it here. Al Talmidei Cheder Ola Yosef Yitzchak Lubavitch, Oak Park, Michigan. Hashem Aleim Yichud. What a beautiful letter. Okay. So yeah, I'm sure you got a letter from the Rebbe. Listen, it's very nice. So anyway, this alone is l'chaim. So l'chaim. Take everyone here. We should be mechanach children. There should be Yiras Shamayim.
I'm here also. I'm also here. L'chaim.
Okay. So bottom line is, yesterday we had, I mentioned there's a shaila from Ben Ish Chai. It's not an earth-shattering shaila, but it's a shaila that in his tshuva that basically the Shimon Chai says in the Zohar that he never missed through the shlishis. Like, oh, tell me, what did he have? He didn't have what's the song serves. He didn't have kala, water. It's a shaila. A ganze shaila. If you're yoitz, might have to have a beitza pass. So that's what someone asks the shaila to Ben Ish Chai, and he gives two tiruts. And the second teretz is very always gehalten up chassidus, and I don't want to ruin it, so read it inside. It's mamish. It sounds very Lubavitch. But I thought that the real answer really is what the Alter Rebbe says in Torah Or, and we just learned it in after Pesach, that if Shimon Bechai B'Shas was in the Maida, he did the mitzvahs beruchnis, not begashmis. So anyway, so this Akasha and three answers, and it's very gishmak. So I figured, well, so I found it in the Sikha. So I decided I'm just going to make a copy. One side I made a copy of the Ben Ish Chai. And the other side is and the other side here, we're passing. And the other side here. Yeah.
So yeah, the other day in the Shabbos. So he put himself in the set.
Right.
Shabbos
Is Daf Yomi today?
the day.
Yeah. Wow.
Tomorrow the day will wrap up hi.
It's sitting in the cave. It's mentioned? Yeah, wow. Okay. So let's look in the Ben Ish Chai, Shaila Nun Hey. Shaila Nun Hey. Masha Omer Reb Shimon Bechai Be'idre. Kol Yaimer Lebetilne Tlasu Dosa de Shabbat. V'alo Yehoye B'Mare Yudge Shana. Yudgimel Shana. Umachol Cheruvim Belavat. Su de Shabbos Sorich Pas. Ve'ech Yaimer Lebetilne. V'oid Achilas Matzah B'Al Pesach. V'shor Dvorim Matzirichem Pas. Eich Yikai. The second question, jump over it, not negate to us. Tshuva. Loisan Yom Asher Nechba Mamoira Hoya Onus Mesakonas Mavis Ma Kesa. Be'od who potter Meshalosh Sudas. Machilas Matzah Omorir Belo Pesach. Mesuka Velul B'Kayoytz. Kanois Mitzvah Lo Yevshel Lekai Mesim Yom Alei Nechshev Kol Zela Bittel. V'lo Yikor Alem Shem Bittel. How does it? He wasn't Mevatel. What do you mean? It wasn't Shaykh. So yeah, exactly. Mashkos of the Mekolshkein Shabbos Hutter Gabe Choyle Sheish Beisakona. The Eina Malacha Shoytz and Loy Nachshav and Lechilu. You're not going to say if you're doing Malacha for Choyle on Shabbos, it's Chilul Shabbos. They ain't going to change Chilul Klal. Ela Choshev Dover Amuter. So Lechein Afagav. Not going into the Chuya Hutter the Pilpul. Whatever it's the bottom line. It's mutter to do it. Lechein Afagav the Omar Kol Yom Betilna Ein Oisa Yom Meklal. It wasn't Mevatel. Machadu Potter. Behem Mikol HaMitzvahs. The Sheyev Shaloi Limtza Oisim Sham. ודומו אויסם היומim ליומim שעדן הקוטן ושונם שנסיים בשולדו שיarba. He says, imagine when Shimon Bechai was 3 years old. Do you think he did Sholo Judas? He was Chai. Same thing now in the cave. When he was a 3-year-old, the mommy put him in the vigala and she put him to sleep. כל יומי, אלא הכוון על היום שחייב בהם. וכל אויסן היומים שבמארה, שמוצא לפס. ומצא וסוקה ולולה אין חייב בכל אלה, ולכן אין הדורם נחשב כלל ביטל. אבל יאמר, כל יומר לבטלנה אלא על זמן שבבייס שכל אלף חיוב גמל סוטס וזה פשוט. That's very nice. You always start with what's pashut. He wasn't mevatel. He wasn't mevatel. If he was a baby that was, and his mommy put him to sleep before because Shabbos is Lord, and he was a little baby, and mommy put him in a straitjacket and put him into bed, and he didn't have Shalosh Judas. Really, you should have asked a little different question. Omar, kol yom lebetilna. That you should have asked. The answer for this is mefurish. The Omar Shimon Yemoish Taldilna the Lobatelna Sud the Shabbos Afila Inu Yom the Shtak Chabe. Omar Babe Hechav over the Shimon Bizmana the Stalak Sudosa the Shabbat. So he says, what's the pshat in the question of Rebaba? Uyom Yudala Benissen Shechol B'Shabbos Meshikosa B'Daf Tzadik Dala Dam at the base. So the answer is Masada Besoida the Shtadl B'Maisa Merkobe V'Hava Omer Dosa the Malke the Yesi Lamechel Gaboy At Kamoshoina. He used to make a table and he used to talk about Maisa Merkova. And he said the Eibishter is invited, and that was the mitzvah. Because of the Sefer Mikdash Melech was Elashon lo matilna sudosa the Shabbos Pirushka and Farish and Abba Besamuch. Sheikoy the Meister Merkava v'oilo b'makom suda Shabbos. Sounds like Lubavitch that we're learning Pnimis HaTorah instead of Yinishal Judas. V'Sefer Avas Hashem bebiud Adre Zuta Kosa v'Zelashon Omer Pshimeni Doisalai l'Cholat Tzadikim. Shabo coming and then call you Amalei Betalti Gimel Sudas V'Hainu Shafilim Yiyeh Erev Pesach Shabbos Shani Misas B'Yechudei L'Kus U'B'Derush Shemais Makova V'Niyom Ezen V'Makom Sudas Shlish Dat Kalashayne. So you see the Meforshim Taichenoi says Bevadai is Manshay Memoro Yaloim Et Soidas Alyona Beis Sudas Sholosh Sudas Lots of Ben Yidei Chavos Gimel Sudas V'Chem Bezman Chiyuv Achilas Matzah V'Lulav V'Kayoytza Ho Yaloim Et Soidas Shalahem V'Oy Makayim Oysam Al Yidei Machshavta Yatoiva V'Yolo B'Yod Mitzvah Zela Kamaisa Mamish Kivin the Onozu, which is Mamish the way the Alter Rebbe says it in the Maimon that we just learned in Pasha Sheini. The Alter Rebbe says it up Yichsidus, he says it with other oisias, but this is Mamish this Nakuda.
Is it known? Yeah.
It's not no. No, it's not no. Okay. Now turn the page. I mentioned so the Alter Rebbe has an answer for this. Begdim, the Rebbe asked, Lachoida, how can Reb Shimon Bar Yochai say that for the Tzibur there's no Pesach Sheini? Reb Yehuda says there is, and Reb Shimon says no. So the Rebbe says no. According to Reb Shimon, saw every Yid the way he saw himself. Just like he saw himself that you know what, if you can't do the mitzvah, you may achid Yechudim al Yoinim. So he said the Olam, if they miss, a Yochitak is different, but for the Tzibur, they'll may achid Yechudim al Yoinim. You know, like you see someone else, like you see yourself. You see it. I want to tell you a funny thing. You know, you make phone calls for your children for shidduchim. So sometimes you ask the friends, "What do you say about this bacher?" Sometimes you almost think that the bacher is not talking about his friend; he's talking about himself. And I'm always more kedai if you want to really know about a shidduch, and you get the both bochrim's numbers, and you ask each about the other one, and then you find out who he is, but what he says about someone else. You know what I mean? So Reb Shimon Bar Yochai, he sees a yid the way he saw himself. He sees Bal Yisrael. Okay. So the Rebbe brings it with this word from the Kutei Torah. Look here in this second paragraph. Mevor b'Lekutei Torah reish Parashat Shmini. Shekasher Reb Shimon Bar Yochai b'mor Meshach Yud Gimel Shonim. Shaz bevade lo yochel l'kayim mitzvah b'maisa kama mitzvahs maisa. Shirei lo yoyu nizoynim rak mechurub v'ene demai divra lahu. Im kem lo yikayim akelos matzah b'pesach v'kiddush l'yayim v'esek v'zukah. The Alter Rebbe says, Azai himshech es kol hamshach is the mitzvah zela yidei yechudim al yoynim. Mevashom sheyesh beiz bechinas b'tzadikim. There's two levels in tzadikim. Shei rabor and levios. Shei rabor koyal tzadikim shavidosam hi b'gashmis. B'chiyam mitzvahs hamaisis. V'levios and koyal tzadikim shavidosam v'kavanat alev liyachid yechudim al yoynim chulu. Veheim, and these tzadikim are nikroim nune yam the mahelchim b'yabeshta. They're fish that Kilu could walk in the Abosh. Kedogim Elu Shayom Achas Aleim. Chenes Alma Diskasi. They're coming from Alma Diskasi. Just like the Pashtus, the Gemara says the Moshel Rebbe Akiva, right? That the fish know that their whole chayis is water. So the tzadikim, they live in this Alma Diskasi. By them, their whole chayis they see is a lakus. Bavidosim Chenes Livyosan. What's the pshat Livyosan? Is the Maloshin Ischabros, Levi. Shuhu Meloshin is Chabris Kamaya Pam Yelov Yishe Eloi Dynashe Mechabre Moilumas Lain Sai Boruch. Their whole avoid is the union of his Chabris. V'Reshim Bechai Mepchinas Lev Yosem V'Nuninam Niyam Himshacham Shocher Shem Morei Deichun Valius. Okay, that's the word. Huh? The Rebbe says
Even his wife
that his wife didn't know, but the Rebbe says in one of the Maimonim, I have to find it again, that that there is a Masoida today where his Maida was, and that the Rebbe was like saying like Kengar Zanas is Emes. Like
don't say nobody
no, then no, they didn't after he left. After no, before that they didn't.
even his
No.
wife
Yeah. But today there's a place in Eretz Yisrael, Pakin, in the Golil, and thank you. You can be able to fix me 25 times. I'm never going to be able to say it right.
Who lived there in Jerusalem?
Right, the Druzim live there. We spoke about it. Everyone's making money. The whole time is making money on the Jews. To say that right, and they have in the center of the town. They rerouted the water, and they have a big fountain in the center of town. And whatever. There's a Jewish family that they said there was a few Jewish families that they said they lived there from the Zman of Shimon Bar Yochai till now. It's very hard to prove or disprove. There's an old lady that still lives there. That there's a shul and the there's an old lady that still lives. Actually, this lady has a niece that davens in our shul. Whatever. Gave a subsemis and ishnemis. Right. 2,000 years left. Okay. L'choyre sagt der Rebbe, oh yeah, efshel taretz v'pashtos. L'choyre, there would have been a different simple taretz. Shekashem shenas loynes shenivra v'uroi eitz charuv v'mayim nasa neis shioloi kol advarim agashim shem tzirichim lakim mitzvahs maisis aderech shemetzina b'elyona v'sharvim v'ilu b'asar v'achem leidim ezayinyan aloch b'negel b'asar shenas alam anayim. The Gemara has a whole clip about Bas Shenis Alam and Ayim L'choyre. How could you eat stuff that the Oivim brought him? Come on, can have Shalimesh. If you let it be matzahs bepesach, sheyeshne ribe malachim. Boilo, it may not it's l'shtamish ba'orve. V'vada yochel lahavi loy eskola b'tzadech. So L'choyre, what's the big deal? L'kiyum ha-mitzvahs maises b'fratcher shbiyo im alumad b'nisim. As I say, the Gemara Me'ila. Im gein kasher hoye zokek l'nes nasa l'nes kasher zokek l'malach b'malach kasher zokek l'shed b'shed aval apol pichet eide betaretz b'lekuta toiretz tirizeh even sha'emesi shebeyoyse b'mayre. The Alter Rebbe didn't answer this because the Alter Rebbe didn't think it's true. Because loikim it's maises elim shechas kolam shakaz deichud malyonim betamadover mipnei yoyse mipchenes levyosen that he's neshamos from levyosen. Moving, she'ein lahakshus medivrei Yerushalmi shebavada hifsik Reb Shimon Bar Yochai lasas suk v'lasas lulav l'choyre mekiven shum b'chinas l'vyosen l'shem ma hifsik l'kayim mitzvahs maisis er yochel l'stapik b'amshofis and yonam beruchnis al yedei limud ha'toyre b'ofen the terosim nose kvish asa b'yosem amara ki moving b'pashus kasher neshama yeredes malamayla lamata mislavesh l'ba'odam hazeh agashmi harei hakavona b'zeh hi she'idei yerida lamata mata ti aliyah Gedoy Yoser and Oilchi Al Chagamola through the double Yerida will be a double Aliyah.
What's wrong with Aliyah and
They brought him food. They brought him the ravens brought him food. The Gemara has a whole shaka b'taya. He was hiding because they wanted to kill the Nevi'im, and the whole Gemara has a whole shaka b'taya. L'choyre is boshesh and Salam and Ayim. So the Rebbe is saying l'choyre. How do you know the Shimon Bar Yochai did not have? Everyone's asking the question. Ben Ishchai is asking a question that L'choyre he didn't have matzah, and he didn't have yayin, and he didn't have sukkah, and he didn't have lulav, and he didn't have esrog, and he didn't have Suda Shabbos. Who told you? Maybe the Orvim brought him, maybe Malachim brought him, maybe Shadim. Orvim are ravens. Raven.
Bird.
Yeah.
I'm thinking.
No. Orvim. No, not Rabbi Raven, the Soifer, but but the flying ravens. So the ravens were bringing him food. So the Gemara has all shakivatay about it. The Rebbe says the Alter Rebbe didn't answer that because he didn't think it's true. Because the truth is not mashma that way. But still, the Alter Rebbe didn't want to answer because he didn't think it's emes. Why? Because Apitoris Asod, Reb Shimon Bar Yochai doesn't need the mitzvahs. The Yerushalmi says that Reb Shimon Bar Yochai is mafsik from learning. Even though he doesn't mafsik from daven, he wouldn't stop to daven. But he would stop to build a sukkah and to purchase a lulav and put together a lulav. So the Rebbe's answer is going to be b'pashtus. Let's read inside. Kidafka al yedei yerida lamata b'yoyse yochelam lagia lamayla b'yoyse yisar men akoch kidafka. Lahem behechrech lasik mitzvahs maisis dafka. Al yedei zeniflan yinalia lamayla b'yoyse. Kol zehu kasher nimtzaim b'mayim b'matzav shal yerida. Eine kasher yeshna shayches l'nyon yoylo. Hashenkin kesher b'shum b'chaya b'ma'oida b'mayim b'matzav she'en lo kol shaychus l'nyon ha'olam. Ein tzorech b'kiyum ha'mitzvus maitzis el ha'poilam zoyis el yedei echudim elyonim. Saying like this. Depends where the b'shum b'chai is. If Reb Shimon Bar Yochai is in regular place, not in the Ma'ida was like a Indian, not Stam. Even though the Gashmis, he was stuck in a Ma'ida, but he was learning Torah, and as the Gemara says, that B'schus the Tsar of the Ma'ida, he was Nisgadol and limited Torah. We spoke yesterday from the Mental Sambuza 12 times, 24 times. I'm sorry, the Tzirufim, that whatever. There was the Gemara says that he was Nis'ala, so he was in a big place, the Kedusha, when he was in the Ma'id. So when the Eibishter knew that it was important for the Shimon Bar Yochai to do mitzvahs, so he placed them Ba'olam HaZagag, the Gashmi, just like an Neshama. How does a Neshama know that today is time to put on film and tomorrow is not? The Vensach. If he's in this cave, it is Araya, there's not time to put on film. If he's not in this cave, it is Araya, Hayem Lasoisim, he should put on film. That's a very simple thing. If Shimon Bar Yochai was a regular Yid, if he's Nebach in a jail and he can't put on film, it's not the Pshat. Okay, so he can't. Potter, aber command David lo yamrina. Honest Rachmon Patre, he never can't put on film. Aber command David lo yamrina. He did not put on film. The finish of Shimon Bar Yochai is not. But if Shimon Bar Yochai, it's not the Pshat command David lo yamrina. He could make Yehudim elyonim, and it'll be just as good as putting on film. He can make Yechudim al Yoinim, and it'll be just as good as making Kiddush and Yain and eating Pas and having everything he needs. Elamai, when the Eibush put him not in the Maida, so he knew that right now there is the Eibush put him in a place because that now it requires for him to have the Maila of, because he's been Mokim Shul Yerida, to have the Maila of Mitzvahs Maisis. But now that the Eibush put him in the Maida, it was not necessary. So why bring Oirvim? It's not the pshat. Oines Rachmona Pater command Ovid Lo Yamrina. Is not a regular man, a person that's in jail. A regular person that's in jail. Take Nebach. It's but he didn't put on film. He didn't put on film. But if Shimon Bar Yochai, it's talking like he put on film. Elamai, when he was not b'mayda, Zakti Yushalmi, that even the Kedusha of Shimon Bar Yochai was Terasim Nasa, and he never was mafsik, and he didn't even daven every day, but he would be mafsik in order to do the mitzvah of Sukkah, Lulav, Achulav, Achulav. But when he was in the Maida, he didn't need it. He didn't need it. It wasn't necessary. It wasn't necessary. He was Miyachid Yechudim El Yoinim. In order to do mitzvahs, he was Miyachid Yechudim El Yoinim. V'zeu, 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 v'zeu. I want to point out something interesting. Yesterday we learned the whole thing in the Tanya, in the Igeres Chavov, with the question that the whole Shakavitai. Remember we were speaking yesterday about the Minchas Puza. That so interesting. When it came to his learning Torah, the Alter Rebbe holds that his learning Torah, the Iker Inyan and the Maida of his learning Torah was Levadet Biruri. His Limudat Torah was mainly Levadet Biruri. And so yeah, he spent 2-3 months and that's it. The main Inyan Limudat Torah was Levadet Biruri. And like the Minkit Rebbe says, that we find that Izal, the Rebbe had a koch in this also, that Izal learned everything 7 times, and 6 pshatim he would say api nigla, 1 pshat api nistib. And like I said, I mentioned here many times that it's a davar poshut. If you look at the Reshita Mekubetzes, for many years in Europe, until about 100 years ago, when we got the Kisviyat from the Rashba, the Ramban, the Ritva, the Meiri, whoever saw these things, they were looking b'chashecha yizalochu. They only from the Alter Rebbe already has a shita vesaflog, so the Ramban b'chashecha yizalochu for hundreds of years of how to learn Nigla the Torah, because they didn't have the Rishonim. That Arizal had all these Rishonim, he had it. In Egypt, Jews, they had all, you can see that because he wrote a digest of all the Rishonim. So we see that Arizal spent a lot of time in this Nigla. And the Alter Rebbe says, why? Because now the Limna Torah has to be with Kashis and Terutzim to be Mavar and Birurim. That's the Indian. That's what you have to do. That's what our job is. But the Gavi mitzvahs, It's interesting. Like having mitzvahs, he couldn't do the mitzvahs. He couldn't. So he's saying he was miyachid yechudim. But these yechudim that he made is not the pshat of Chas v'Sholom. Me and you were in jail, and we couldn't do the mitzvah. The yechudim mahin, yechudim maher. Because he was a tzaddik, which was minuna yama, and so he was takas if he put on tefillin and he had sukkah and he had lulav and he had shofar, just like Yom Tov and Cholis b'Shabbos that we don't blow shofar and we say it's already as if we blow shofar. The kugel is in the place of the shofar. His faruva ve'enav and the maya was already in the place of blowing shofar.
Rabbi Yosef Tzaddik was in the pit. No water, but Nachashim Akrabim was there. Now, Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai was in the Me'ara.
Yeah.
He was more fancy schmancy.
He was there.
He didn't have Nachashim Akrabim.
Yeah, he was there for 5 minutes.
Different.
He was there for 12 and then another year, 13 years.
Yes.
He was there for quite a while. So, anyway, so summarize one more time.
Sorry.
Right.
Don't worry. So this time,
Because it was Nisa'al and live with that Torah so much.
one question I asked.
Right.
20 points.
Right. So, summarize. So you have for the Minchas Aluzer that we had yesterday, the Moed de Ketoira, the two from the Dvar Torah from Madura Kaman to Madura Tinyona to Tminoa, that the word of the Alter Rebbe that is learning that the learning of the Reshmim Bechai in the 13 years was mostly Dafke Nigla. The learning of the Arizal was mostly Nigla. Why? Because Bismana said you have to spend a lot of time in Nigla in order to fragen kashes and brechen the klippe lavare beruret. But when it comes to mitzvahs, you can't done the mitzvahs. So there we're saying that Taki was miyach chudim, and it was just as good as he mamish did the mitzvahs. It reminds me of the Rebbe, actually, the Nesicha connects it to the story of the Friedrich Rebbe. Friedrich Rebbe was in jail. And one of the once when they were interrogating him, they asked him that he's being chutzpahdik, if he has any idea where he is. So Friedrich Rebbe said, he said, I know very well where I am. There is places that are chayiv mezuzah, like your house, a beis dida, and then there's places that are potter from mezuzah, like a refesh al basar, a beis akisei, a urve shal susim, v'sedas zevel. He said, looked at the doorpost, ich weiß schon gleich wo ich bin. So the Rebbe, yeah, so this guy is a lamdach. The Rebbe said that it's a cute story, but in his life was taken in danger. Why is he playing games? And was taken that the Friedrich Rebbe said he wanted to show the interrogators of Nishnaspol. That was his malach, but still, why was Dafka the singing? The Rebbe said that this was similar to Rav Shimon Bar Yochai. He couldn't do the mitzvah mezuzah. What do you mean? He can't put a mezuzah in his door, whatever. That Mesiris Nefesh to get his film. He had a hunger strike till he got his film. He couldn't put up a mezuzah, but by talking about the hilchas mezuzah, he was miyachid yechudim el yonim as if there is a mezuzah. So that's why it wasn't stam a joke and a glad verb. It's as if he put up the mezuzah. So anyway, l'chaim. So it's unbelievable. Now we're going into this week, starting from last night. We're going into Hoyt, the Svira of Hoyt, and it goes up to Hoyt Shabbat Hoyt. And today, when? Ganze Hoyt? Oh, they don't say the whole Hoyt? No. They never had a whole purple of the tonight. Say Tashin and not for sure. L'chaim, it's a Pesach Sheini. We're going into Lag BaOmer. The like we said yesterday, the Alter Rebbe starts off. Before Mashiach will come, there'll be tremendous nisyonis. Dafka the Yidden that are learned from the Zohar HaKodesh will stand strong. So l'chaim.
This other person was eating a nugget.
Right. That's what I was saying before. So l'chaim.
Chaim B'Vracha.
So l'chaim. Tonight is a special night. The neighbor shall helfen, which there's neshtakim fafalm, that afilo b'derech tomei lachem, that we should break through whatever opportunities we've missed, that we should break through, and the long submission get at. L'chaim, l'chaim. L'chaim, l'chaim.
To say, today was my birthday.
Oh, time.
Yeah?
Today was my birthday.
Oh, l'chaim, l'chaim. Oh, yeah?
You remember?
L'chaim, l'chaim.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, used to see me last week.
He said it. He said it, buddy.
L'chaim, l'chaim.
Yes.
He said it.
Who watched?
What did you say? Right, similar to the others, exactly. Exactly. Similar to the others.
Rav Morozov, what's the game plan for Sunday for the barbecue?
Yes.
What is the game plan for Sunday for the barbecue?
Only has a
There
father.
won't be a sheet on Sunday. Sunday we're gonna be marching at the parade. Beis Menachem Mendel has already a big sign saying Beis Menachem Mendel, and we're gonna be marching at the parade.
Are you going to go to the barbecue also?
Everyone is invited to a barbecue and bonfire by Zorach and Raya and their farm. Minig Yisrael is to go out to the field. It's a moededik opportunity. Riley, you can even stop at the oil. It's a moededik opportunity to go out to the field. No, Shmuel, does it sound amazing?
What do we do in the field? What do we do in the field?
Huh?
Okay.
You can collect real flowers.
Go to the
They have
field.
Gorgeous flowers that they grow. You will not. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I'm amazed. Like every year when I look at their flowers, that you cannot find such flowers in the flower store. Huh? The color, the shapes, and the amount of bugs that there is there. You know that there's no pesticides.
Only God.
Okay, so as I asked me to say the story again, I said one more time. When my father was a bocher, I was in the Israeli army. And fortunately, there was not that many soldiers. So then 4 people passed all out.
Why? That's again.
So David, say that here, David, you could hear, right? Even though in Florida, I could listen to the story. So my father.
Yeah, I
My
hear.
father was in the army, and the job they used to have is to go to different villages next to Yerushalayim and take out the Arabs and make problems at night. And in the morning, he used to come back, and sometimes he used to go back to Yeshiva alone, and then again at night. So when they sleep, I'm not sure. But one of the bochim that was in my father's group is somebody that survived the Holocaust. And he lost the whole family, he lost everybody, but he made it to the soil. You know, he got his body back to shape. They gave him a gun, they teach him how to shoot. And they told him, we have no choice. You know, you came from a bad place, but there's a war now. We must use you. So he had no choice. So together, who? Milchemet Hatasha.
48.
Before 6-day war.
What was it stay?
And this bocher was together with my father, and they went to do a job. When they come back in the morning, they start shooting at them, and this guy got a bullet in his back, and right away he fell down. The job is that, you know, the order is you don't leave somebody to die on the field. My father was strong. He put him on his back like a potato, and he walked with him long time till he get to the hospital. They brought him to the hospital. He didn't know if he's still alive or not, but he put him on the bed and left him. They have to go back to the war. A couple of days later, they come, and not only my father, a few of the friends came to visit them, And the nurse told him, we have bad news to tell you. This guy got a bullet in his back and away, paralyzed for the rest of his life. His eyes could see, he could talk very slow, but that's it. He's never going to be able to walk in his life, to go to the bathroom by himself, nothing. That's and what they could do. So they decided that every couple of days, somebody else from the group will go to the hospital and stay with him a couple of hours. Just sit next to his bed, because what does he do? He's just staying and looking at the ceiling. How many hours he could do this? Could be 12. And that's kafava. One of the times that my father came to him, so he said to him that before I came to Eretz Yisrael, I said another to the Ebesha, if I'll make it alive, and if I'll go to Eretz Yisrael, my dream is to go to Avshim Bayafat. So my father is laughing like that. It's not shy to go to Avshim Bayafat. It's talking very slow. To go to Avshim Bayafat, the matzav you are now, there's no way. You know, you had a dream, but not every dream could come true. But however, he answered to my father, I'm not sure, but my father went back to the unit and they continued. The army told them, next to the Galil, next to Miron, there's a village, our village. Some people over there need to be taken care. We want to give you guns, a truck with food and fuel. Drive all the way to Galil, do what you have to do, and come back to Yerushalayim. The base was in Yerushalayim. Now, 50 years ago, 60 years ago, to go from Yerushalayim to Galil with a whole truck will take a whole day, because there was no road. The truck could go maybe 10 miles an hour. It can't climb up the mountains. It was really a disaster. So my father told his friend, 1 second, if we have a job to do in the Galil, and it's time of Lag BaOmer, about taking this guy to Miron. That's why I look at my father. It's like, he's crazy. He can't move. The guy we can't even put him in a wheelchair. He's just laying. Well, what should we do? My father says, let's go to the hospital and ask them permission to take him outside for fresh air, to see outside. The nurse said it doesn't make a difference if he's inside, outside, fresh or no fresh air. The guy cannot do nothing. He just sling over there like a potato. Finish. But my father says, what do you care? Give us a chance. No, the bed doesn't have wheel, so they pick up the mattress, two on this side, two on this side, took him outside. And the nurses look at them like, you're crazy, what you doing with this guy? It doesn't make a difference. You want to take it, a big deal. It wasn't like today with cameras and security and all this. The kids, they took the body, it was alive, or they took this guy and start walking till he get to the truck, put him in the truck with everything in the back, and yalla, we're going to Miron. Not to Miron, to the Galil, to do this. It was the day before Lag BaOmer. They reached there like before Shkia. So the truck could not make it from down the road all the way to the top. The only way to do it, to schlep and push it with the mattress, two on this side, and schlep the body all the way to the top of the mountain, and put him next to Hashem Baruch Hu. My father had a small bag with food, put next to him, and he said, maybe somebody else, Rahmanes, will feed him. Because he cannot eat, he cannot move his hand, he cannot move his foot, somebody have to take a spoon and give him. Maybe somebody else, Rahmanes. If not, tomorrow when we finish our job at night, we'll come in the morning, first things we'll feed him, put him back in the truck. His dream came true, He wanted to go to Hashem Baruch Hu.
That's his dream.
And this matzah. So this Kachave, they went and they
Finished
the job. Put him next to Hashem Baruch Hu, and went to do the job on Lag BaOmer at night in the village over there. Whoever would have to take care of the Arabs, and they did. They come in the morning, and now they have to climb up the mountains again because the truck cannot go. The truck is far away, and go up there and pick the body and bring it back to Yerushalayim. My father coming to Miron, and he go to the place we left him, and he see the mattress, but he don't see him. So my father think to myself, I killed him, because with all the movement from the truck and from the sun, you feel very, very bad. And then my father said, okay, so we'll go back to Yerushalayim. I don't know, where's the body, who put him there? Which Chaver Kaddish took him now to, there's nobody to talk to, because he don't have a brother, he don't have a sister, he don't have a father, he don't have nobody. He survived by himself, the way he is now. didn't know what to do. So they go outside, and there wasn't so many people like now, but there was a lot of people compared to Lag Bomer, and they were singing with a accordion, with a khalil, and somebody was the props. There was no electric, there was no, that's the music that they had. And they see the people dancing, they have to dance a little bit also. All of a sudden, they see this guy is dancing also. So my father got him and he says, "What's the Geshem? How do you dance?" You know. So he said, when I was sleeping next to Hashem Baruch Hu, I said, Hashem Baruch Hu, that's the way you want me to be. I had Mesiras Nefesh to survive, to come over here, and that's the way to lay over here and not be able to dance. And you Yom Tov, you know, please help me. As he's thinking like that, he says, I feel some power in my hand. And then I see that I could clap. Then I start feeling some feeling in my feet. I said, if I feel I have a feeling in my hand and my feet, maybe I could sit, maybe I could stand. And you see, I'm dancing till now.
Wow.
My father said, okay, come with us in the truck. I have to take you back to the hospital. They're going to sue me. I stole a body, you know. He said, no, I don't want to go to the hospital. I'm healthy. I said, but at least the nurses should see, you know, the miracle that we saw in front of our eyes. It's like unbelievable. And this guy, Baruch Hashem, continued in the army. He got married. He had a wife and children. And he lived in Eretz Israel for a long time. So this is not a story that happened where Hashem Baruch Hu, the people who told you this. It's like they did the Abuhuda, you know, he saw it with his eyes.
You should get right. But I forgot.
L'chaim, l'chaim.
It's very happy in the War of Independence, right?
Yes.
The first 50 years ago, 1974, right?
Before.
Right, was that 50? So 50 years ago,
60 years ago.
don't be sorry, 75, 76 years ago.
76.
Yeah,
Right. It's 93, yeah.
and I went to Iran, we went by bus.
No, that, right.
I was in Eretz Yisrael in 1973, and
You people?
no, right? Yeah,
Wow.
I left. I left here. I went October